We've all heard the expression, you fear success, or we hold the fear of success. And what does that mean? Why would we fear it? And what is success? And that's the first question we have to answer is, what does that mean to you? And sometimes we won't accept success, and that becomes something very different. It's not that we're fearing it, but we're just not stepping into it. Because the only place we can fear anything is in our consciousness, it's in our thoughts. And we have the ability to change those thoughts. We have the ability to change our consciousness, but we don't always do it, and we don't always believe it. And that's why we would fear success. And that's exactly what I did, because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what I was meant to do. More importantly, I didn't accept it. You see, we change all the time, every single day in our consciousness, and unless we accept the new portions of ourselves that we have become, then we don't experience the success that we wanted to have in our lives, and everyone wants that. And you have the ability to accomplish it. But we have to become vulnerable. We have to get out of the way of what we believed before, what we thought we could achieve, or who we thought we were. And that's not always easy to do, especially now, because the world is changing as well. So we're all moving through a huge change, and accepting the newness of us could be incredibly challenging, because we have to review everything. We have to review what we didn't do, what we didn't achieve, the judgments that we've had on ourselves, and the doubt and the fear that held us back forever. And I can say that because that's what happened for me. But I'm going to read you the message because this will make a lot more sense now. You've heard of the quantum field of information that we all have access to. Well, that's what Wilhelm showed through me. But we don't always understand it, and we won't accept it. We can hear concepts all the time, but to then embody it is another step for all of us, especially for me. But I'll read you the message because I didn't understand it. And first of all, it said, you fear success. It didn't say feared, in the past it says feared. It says you fear, meaning that there's always more we can achieve as long as we're alive. Doesn't matter. I'll be 75 November 2nd, and I'm still today taking the next step in achieving the success that I couldn't 5 years ago, because that's when the message first came through. And I'll read it to you now because it will really help you, especially probably today on the 22nd. And this is the message. You fear success. Yes, we mean you, for you have cultivated a fear of the unknown, so you don't want to change, as that would leave you vulnerable to that unknown you have feared. Success is a subjective word, but you know what it means for you, and what it means for each soul is the experience of complete empowerment. You will not find that in this lifetime or any other, for you exist in a continual state of evolvement, as does your world. We are still referring to the current restructuring of you, your world, and the United States. Please do not judge yourself when you discover the manner in which you have conducted your life, for it is a natural progression of evolution. Over the decades, we have given Roger many messages on success, and each one of them has led to this moment in time. Yesterday, Roger had his brilliant webinar as we predicted because he was in his element and owned every moment of it. Roger then had a call with his family later, which went really well despite previous conflict fears. Still, Roger trusted his intuition and injected his natural, benevolent self into the mix. However, during the call, Roger attempted to explain his new awareness and found it challenging at best, because others don't need to understand your journey for you to do so. And one of the ways Roger, and probably you, have held yourself back is by needing others to understand you. Then Roger noticed another situation that he knew he created through being overly generous in an attempt to cause himself to feel worthy. Many of you do that one until you decide enough is enough. You are collectively deciding you no longer want to devalue yourself, and you will succeed. We have spoken of this before, but it will make more sense now. Roger has held an emotional memory of a comment from his mother, which he turned into a way of avoiding success. The phrase he hears was, "Don't be so selfish." Roger later interpreted that to mean, "Give everything away." He created an imbalance within himself that manifested in various forms yesterday. The solution to this, to the healing of your world's current conditions, is not to judge another, but decide to regain your power. The United States will lead this restructuring, but it will take time, as it will within you. But the good news now is you want to do so despite your fear of change. As you study this message over the next few days, more illumination will emerge. I didn't understand that message 5 years ago, and I wasn't going to act on it, and I probably wouldn't have even shared it, because that's how we grow. We grow in our consciousness over time, over linear time, but what happened for me was that Wilhelm wanted us to see that's not really what's happening in our lives or in the world, and we can access greater levels of consciousness through the work they have given us, and that's why I healed, which I could not have understood. You don't know what you have either, because it's still unfolding. And we each then give something to others so that evolution occurs and we can make the lives of others so much greater. The first part of my life, I suffered through absolutely everything for decades. And then this information came through and everything changed. And that is what now I am giving to others. We are not limited, and we can achieve success, and it is within you. This is why on my website you will see that I know what you can achieve. I could never have explained it before, but I do know that you have this wonderful place in our world now, and you're here to have that come about. And it may have been uncomfortable. You may have judged yourself. You may have gone through everything, except now is the time that you can achieve success. See you soon.